Good day, everybody. Welcome to another fabulous Corsica racing day. Here we're at Bahrain tonight, and I'd like to welcome to meet myself, James Maverick, and myself, Wrath. Wrath is joining us here today with commentary. Welcome, Wrath. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah,
Nice to be on here.
fantastic. Now, it is going to be a nice day today at Bahrain, so I'd like to do a quick intro to everyone to our track, get them familiar with the track before we hit the Q1, and away we go. Here we go for introduction.
Welcome to the Corsa Racing League Round 5. Today's track is the Bahrain International Circuit. They held its first F1 Grand Prix in 2004, when the legendary Michael Schumacher won the race. Circuit today, though, is 5.4 kilometers long, with 15 turns, 9 to the right and 6 to the left. It has 3 DRS zones. The first one is on the start-finish straight. The second on the straight after turn 3. And the last on the back straight after turn 10. This track is also known for its high tire wear, so a good setup is key for the strategy here today. Also a fun fact, this is the first track in the Middle East, and it says here it was built on a former camel farm. Well, you know, I guess. I'm in Regent, and I will now hand over the stream to our commentators. Enjoy this one, guys. Bye.
Awesome intro. Thank you, Regent, for doing that for us. That was brought to you by Regent, our special technical support for that. So as we are, we're at the track now. As we see, everyone is starting their lap times. And we're going to go to we're just taking a look at the laps now. Just going to do a little bit of adjustment here. So we don't have many drivers out there today, Ross. So look at that. So it's, this COVID must have been hitting the drivers just as bad as everyone else, and we couldn't find alternative drivers. What a shame.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I mean, I guess with 7 drivers right now, it's Q1 is going to be mainly practice for all these guys, and they'll get to do a couple of practice laps and see how they shape up for the Q2 and Q3.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, I didn't get the weather report, but I see drivers are out there with their intermediate tires, which is very, very confusing to me because I'm looking at the track right now and I don't see a lot of rain yet.
Well, it's Bahrain, so it is the desert, so I don't think it's going to rain. I suspect that these drivers are just testing out their setups and making sure that everything's okay before going on the softs.
Well, that's it. We're following Steve Harvey here right now. He's coming through the backside of the third sector, turning the final corner. I'm wondering if he just made a mistake and possibly because he's not going to put any kind of track time down. No, there he goes. He's starting his lap time on intermediates. Interesting choice.
Yeah, I suspect it's just practice getting into the groove and not wasting a set of soft tires. They're all going to go through to Q2 anyways, so I guess maybe why not?
I agree. I think they're just messing around, getting a feel of the track. Perhaps there is a forecast there down the road for the race or final quali that's going to cause some little bit of rain here. So, unfortunately, we're just going to bear with everyone here. We're going to take a look and see how their guys going on this. We got 14 minutes left still on queue, and we only have 2, 4, 6, 7 drivers. So definitely everyone's guaranteed to make it to Q3.
Yeah. Danny Boy is just about to finish his lap. And Danny Boy did a 127.1.
Definitely the fastest so far, but that's only the first little bit. So Sabu came in 27 seconds after plus. So there's not much going on the track. It's hard to commentate with all this, with not much going on the track here. We got a couple coming, still doing some outlaps. You got Jesse back
Yeah.
in the pits. You got Dubby back in the pits. I'm not getting any
Mhm.
kind of time on. I don't think they've actually set any times here.
Not yet, no. I believe that Divi is on a hot lap right now, and Regent's also on a hot lap. Regent, I think, is coming up to the final corner pretty soon.
Well, Shift just put in the fastest lap on the first sector, and now he's in the second sector. So I see great things with Mercedes. Mercedes has an awesome, stable team. Between Shift and Jesse, they are working very well. We all know that Shift is always pulling out these fast laps right at the end, and Jesse really actually is a great support driver for him, and he's doing very good. I don't think those two could be a better match together. Definitely, they are showing Mercedes what they can do for each other.
Mm-hmm. And
Well, now,
Divi's.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
saying that Divi's coming up to the final corner.
That's it. Crossing line, putting it all down, putting as much traction as you could, and he crosses just shy of Danny Boy. 1.8 seconds shy of Danny Boy. Now I hope Harvey actually goes back in and actually gets some real tires. I'm surprised he's still on intermediate, but I think he's playing a little head games with the other
It's having
drivers.
fun,
Side.
yes.
Definitely having a little fun with that. I
And
mean,
it's interesting that Regent uses mediums, so that most likely means that in Q2 he won't be able to use his mediums, so he'll probably start the race on softs.
most likely. So we're following Region right now. He's coming a little bit of a skip there on that corner. Maybe he doesn't have enough pressure in the tires or heating them right now, but he is just slinging it into the final sector. Oh, it looks like Shift has done a little yellow sector, did a little off the track, but he's back on the track. So Region is actually looks like he's bailing on this lap. He's slowing it down. This is not his time for sure. He's just kind of cruising around. So he must have not liked that. He lost a lot of time on the first sector there, so he abandoned this sector for sure.
And Jesse seems to be on a hot lap. And,
Yeah, I think Jesse just started his hot. Did Jesse just start it, or Jesse's in the middle of it? There
no,
he is.
he's in he's just at the end of Sector 2 now, so.
There he is. Let's ride on board with him for a bit. There we go. He's got the fastest second sector going. Comes through the speed trap.
Something went wrong here because he's going to be much slower than the rest.
I think he had something in the first sector. We just missed that out on a little bit when he did this first sector.
Yeah. He missed his apex on the first corner, and
Not sure if he's doing a double whammy. It looks like he may.
looks like it. Yes,
Hitting
nice
that.
corner.
Yeah, nice corner on that.
Mhm.
He's got the first. He's got purple in first sector. He's got Region in front of him. It's causing a little bit of a yellow flag in sector. Hopefully, Region can get out of his way. And Region clears the sector for him, and he moves on through. He's on a hot lap for sure. Picked up a second fastest lap on the second sector.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he's doing a very good lap. If he can make sure that the last corner is good, I think he should be in the top. There we go. First place.
There we go. 126.6. So there goes our kind of pace record right there. So this is kind of what the boys are going to look at in Q2 and 3. Definitely Q3, they're going to be concentrating this more. I don't know if they're sandbagging. I think Mercedes may have a little bit of juice left in their engine, but we'll have to see. You know, you don't want to show your cards too early in the game.
So our last driver that has yet to set a time, Dubby, is on his outlap. And he's typically one of the fastest drivers, so it'll be interesting to see what he does. Oh, somebody just wiped out there.
And it looks like Sabo took a little bit of a spin there, so Sabo got out of Dubby's way, and he's carrying on. So he's on pair of mediums right now. So Dubby is the only Ferrari driver that's making the course today. So hopefully we can see some good things with Ferrari. We're going to be keeping an eye on Ferrari, and hopefully they can turn their team around. So here he goes, starts his first sector.
Yeah, beautiful first corner. Got the nice apex.
Take it away there, Rath.
Oh, coming up to corner 4. And very nice corner. He's driving very well. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes on top of the leaderboard right now. A little bit of a stutter coming out here at this quarter here, but might slow him down a little bit. This is a key corner for him. He keeps it in 6th gear on this corner, which is different than most drivers.
Well, I think that helped him because now he's got first and second sector purple.
Exactly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
It definitely does help, yeah. Keeping in 6 keeps the car a little bit more stable, and you don't lose that much speed. He missed the apex a little bit on the last corner, but I don't think it's going to affect him too much. Oh, yeah, he's only 3rd. So that last sector, he really he didn't do too good on it.
No, that cost him quite a bit of time there. Definitely more than 0.7 seconds there. So it looks like Danny Boy has retired from the session. He's got his lap. He's happy for what he's got. Region's retired on his good set of mediums. So we're only left with the 5 drivers left. 2 of them are in the pits. One's on the outlap, and it looks like Dubby is doing with his times. I'm watching his times. I'm not sure if he's pushing.
No, I think he's not pushing. I think he's just taking it easy and probably most likely will come in the pits. You see his light flashing, so his ERS is off.
Definitely, yeah.
Sebo's on his outlap, and he's going to try to improve. I believe he's one of the drivers that did the lap on the intermediate tires.
Yes, yeah. He tried that stunt just to see how it is. But it doesn't hurt to try to feel out the car and see what it's going to do with these kind of conditions. Especially when you have this little bit of a drivers. Unfortunately, COVID is a bitch when you have to. They probably failed a lot of their tests going into this track, so that's probably why they haven't shown up.
Now Sebo starts his lap. Well, he will improve for sure. Let's see where he ends up. Did a nice first corner. Very stable on corner 4. I think he's doing a very good lap here, up to now. Coming up on the hardest, most intricate section of the track. A little bit of oversteer, but he kept it on the track okay.
This is the tricky hairpin corner all the time. Everyone gets caught out on. Opens up the DRS. Flying down the track.
Yeah.
Throws that car right into that corner. Really good apex on this.
I think maybe he broke a little bit too late because he went into third gear, but now we'll see. Okay. Just up the DRS and we'll cross the finish line right about now.
There we go. He does improve his time quite a bit from being on
Mm-hmm.
intermits to here. So I think it was Steve Harley and Sabo both tried to do the intermits trick,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely there is some good times there. So they're going to take a look at their times and probably figure out what they need to do to improve it. Try to get get the slicker airstream on this. So who knows? I know they've been doing a lot of testing this week. We've had a long break because what's going on with Discord or with with
With the game,
yeah.
all the issues that the F1 game has had, yeah.
Well,
Uh,
definitely the F1 game has done a major upgrade on theirs, and I
mm,
think a lot of drivers have loved it to the game. Bravo to the game code masters there, but they've adjusted their they even adjusted this track, so it's interesting to see how people are going to run this track where they've done some adjustment on the curbs and now you're able to attack these curbs a little more than previous up before the update. So be interesting to see. These times are going to go faster than we anticipated, actually, I think. So if they've done some adjustments to, I think so it's Bahrain, Monza, and a couple others, and then we've added the new track into the game too. So it'll be interesting. Unfortunately, our league has already started. We're not going to be able to get there. Thank you, Luminous, for
yeah.
the mispronunciation. Oops. Who else we have still in the track? We look at that. We got Shift and WB. They're back to back to each other.
And W is trying for another fast lap, but I think he's on old tires because
Well, he
he is
invalidated
not improving. Oh, he invalidated. Yeah, okay, correct. Yeah.
he invalidated his lap. So I'm not sure what Shift is doing. If he's right behind it, he's going to take advantage of his toe. But they're not going to make the. He's going right into the. They both are just going to
Yeah.
expire. And that's the end of Q1. Not exciting as we were hoping for, but definitely looking forward. Gives us a little bit of a sneak peek of what Q3 is going to be like. Well, there's our results, everybody. So definitely, Mercedes is holding strong on the lead. Definitely by at least a half a second for that. So Ferrari, Alpine, Aston Martin, Haas, they all have a challenge to try to get that uh, lovely position of pole position there.
I think because there's only eight drivers, not convinced that everybody was giving it their best. Um, and now Q2, they'll get to select the tires that they want to start the race on. There's a couple of drivers that already used their set of mediums, so most likely they'll use softs in Q2 and start their race on soft tires. But the rest will have the option to start on mediums or soft. So it'll be fun to see who does what.
Well, that's true too. So we have Haas, and they're quick getting out of the gates for sure. Both have selected soft tires on their outlap. So it'll be interesting to see what Mercedes come back with? Are they going to let Haas go out, put down a good lap, and make their decision then? We don't know. So they're probably just playing a little bit of a head game. But they may counter with a soft medium, so that'd be a good cover off. Well, it shows on the map here that Mercedes is planning to come out with a medium soft combo. So be interesting to see what they come out with. We got Sabo coming out of the pits. We got region number 94 about to cross the line, start his hot lap, picking up good speed, had a good turn on there.
It's their first one out, so we'll.
Good position. Picks up good traction, comes out of that corner. Definitely hammering down the speed down this end. Maximize as much of that track as he can.
Oh, a little wide on this turn. That will definitely affect his times. And coming up to the intricate section of this track. Again, maybe a little too wide on this curve, but we'll see with the airpin what he does. Oh, nice corner there. Now, can he make up speed in this corner?
Just throws right in there.
I think he'll be a little disappointed with this lap. May not be his best effort, but we'll see where he ends up. 127.9.
Yeah,
I think we'll see that time beaten for sure. So
definitely we'll see. So he's leaving some room for himself. Maybe he backed off. He's leaving himself definitely room for be able to switch up his game for medium tires. And the same thing with Harvey there. So yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Will they change it? Because it looks like a lot of the fielders have opted to go with a medium start.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So Sebo is currently on a hot lap. He's currently in sector 2. Even Sebo has a 128. I wonder if these drivers have used old softs just to on the first lap just to see what as a first try, and then we'll switch to mediums. We'll see.
It could be. They're probably trying to throw some rubber on the tracks there just to add that extra grip for the mediums down the road. Definitely they have time to change up their game plan.
Yeah. Devi Shift is be our first driver on mediums crossing the finish line soon.
Yes, we've been.
We'll see where he ends up.
I hope he. There we go.
And he goes first on mediums, so that's a very good lap for him. 127.3 on mediums is very, very good.
Definitely good.
And his teammate Jesse is currently in sector 2, also on mediums for Mercedes.
He's beaten his time so far, Jesse. He's gotten the fastest sector in sector 2. So I don't know if all that how his sector 1 was, but I don't know how that's going to revolve up.
A beautiful corner there. He'll be very close if he doesn't beat it. Yeah, there we go. First place, 127.0. That's going to be hard to beat on mediums, for sure.
Definitely going to be hard to beat on mediums. So we still have Sabo out and Region out. And Sabo's heading back into the pits. And Region must be heading back to the pits. He's already done 2 laps on these softs, so he must be thinking he's going to want to switch up to a medium compound. And there he is heading back.
Only Danny Boy and W are probably waiting to see how the field shapes up before they start their laps. They're the only two that have not yet put in a lap.
I agree. Okay. Well, it looks like Haas has come out second time there. Harvey's coming out again, and he's still selecting his soft tires. So perhaps
and they're a new set of soft tires, so
yep.
We can. He'll surely improve on that time. His first lap, there was a few mistakes.
For some reason, looks like I think Shift actually retired. There was I'm hoping that I missed it. I don't know if he had a little incident in pit lane, but pit lane was on the yellow sector, but that could be a result of a retirement.
So the only driver we have out now is Selly. So he's getting his tires up to temperature, taking his time, and we'll be starting his lap very soon.
Well, he's taking good care of those tires as much as he can. Try not to put so much stress on them and do an early wear on them.
There he goes through his first corners, his last corner, and let's see if he can improve. Very good first corner. That will definitely help him on this straight. And then hit the apex. All the speed coming out. Coming up to the complex part of the very nice corner there. I think he's going to definitely improve and most likely finish in first or second. So interesting also that Jesse put a soft pair of softs on. Not sure if he's going out yet or not. He's still in the pit.
Good point. Good catch.
And unfortunately there's some oversteer there, and Silly I believe, bowed out of this lap, and I think we'll most likely start another lap. That's too bad. He was on a very good lap.
Well, he was able to pull the car out without any damage, so bravo to that for good driving skills. But these things happen, and he just overextended the car further than what it can do.
He's going to try another lap. Now he's going to start it right about now.
And it looks like his teammate Regent is right in front of him, putting down the hot lap too. Mirror image corner again, doing exactly what he did last time.
Yeah, you can see he's struggling a little bit now because his tires are a little bit more used up, but we'll...
a little bit of a lock-up on the inside tire.
Still doing a good job, and he should finish... for sure he'll beat his previous lap, but may not be as good as he wanted, unfortunately for him.
Let's see how he handles this corner. A lot better.
Much better, yes.
He unfortunately extended himself too far on that and lost and exceeded the track limits. And I wonder how his teammate has improved.
Yeah, so he gone to second place. And you can see how Jesse's time was on the on the medium, so you can see how quick that was because the Regent on the softs is still about like 1/10 away.
That's true.
And Jesse right now is on the softs on a hot lap. Interesting that he's choosing to start the race on softs.
And we're riding with Danny Boy. Danny Boy, haven't seen much of him on the first Q1. He kind of bowed out really early. So Danny Boy, the Alpine drivers, just put down a good track time. In fourth place at 1:27.9. I'm sure he feels that he can improve that time a little bit more.
And our last driver to yet set a time, Dubby, is just started his hot lap right now.
Well, let's ride along with Dubby and watch his progress.
Seems a little slow on the first corner. A little tentative there.
I'm wondering if he's playing.
I think he's. I think he's gonna start another lap. I think after this one, I think that he slowed down, or for sure he did.
Yeah, he's getting out of the Merck's way there, bowing to the fastest drivers. But I am a Ferrari fan too, but I can't be. I have to be partial. He's got the Aston Martin behind him, so he may be taking advantage and say, "Go ahead, Mr. Merck, and try to use him as a tow."
Possibly, yeah. That's good. That's a good point. While we're saying that, Jesse is going to be completing his hot lap in about a couple of seconds.
Unfortunately, Jesse has exceeded his track limits.
He did, yeah, for a second time in a row on these tires. So
yeah,
he will not have another chance to go into the pits and get another set of tires. So I believe he will start on mediums as Dubby starts his next lap.
Well, a minute left to go. Only 3 drivers on. Dubby's just started his hot lap, so this is going to be his final lap.
I believe what Dubby is. I think what he's trying to do is, since he's saying that he's going to go to Q3 anyways, I think he's putting in a very slow lap, but will save his tires for the race. So it's an interesting strategy from Dubby. And again, I guess as long as he puts in a time, he'll go to Q3 anyways.
Well, that's it. 140 ain't gonna beat too many. I mean, my kids on the tricycle can probably do that, but
he is going to go to Q3 anyways. But his medium tires will be more fresh than the other medium drivers, so he may be able to go one or two more laps on them before pitting.
That is a very, very good point. So we have Army. He's still trying to do a fast lap. Jesse looks like he's coming in. He's going in all gangster style, I think. Or nope, he's going into the pits.
Going to the pits, yeah.
I think he just wants to stand do a little bit of a donut, a little bit of a show. Little dab. Try to please the crowd out there, that's for sure.
In real life, that would give you a penalty.
I think so too. He's
for dangerous driving, for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
So everybody's retired, but Danny Boy and no.
Yeah, it looks like Silly is retired on the track himself. Well, knowing that he can't cross that line, so he ended up retiring on the track. So be it. We will. For me, I'm not too worried about that, but others may not like that. But we'll see. So there we have it. Definitely a strong showing with Mercedes. Haas got in between Mercedes there with a soft compound, so might be worrying them. But there's our tire starts there. So Mercedes will be starting on mediums and for a Ferrari. So the rest of the grid will be on softs.
So now up to Q3, so that's to be the shootout. So we'll, I think all of the drivers now will put their best efforts in, and we'll see who finishes, who gets pole.
This is where the
My,
rubber meets the road, and we're going to have to see how Ferrari Haas really challenges Mercedes here, because obviously they are the ranking favorites here. So it'll be interesting to see if we could knock some people off the grid a little bit. So it looks like Haas again is jumping to the grid right off the bat. Interesting. Sabo has left the session. Hopefully, Sabo can come back with us and join. He might be having some problems. Danny Boy has left the set.
Daniel left the session. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting. Let's see if we could re-invite them back to the game. Danny Boy and who else left? Regent,
Um,
wasn't it?
Regent, I think.
Okay, let's go back to the game here. Hopefully, they can get their computer restarted and rejoin the session without any loss. They may have lost an advantage of one track, and that's going to be interesting. One lap, so that's going to be an advantage for the other drivers.
Definitely, yeah. Seeley is just about to start his first hot lap, and he's gonna set the pace for everybody else.
I hear Danny Boy is leaving and restarting his game, so he definitely had some technical difficulties. Hopefully, he could rejoin us. And he puts in the fastest first sector. Obviously, he's the
He's the first one, so he will for sure. And I believe Dubby is also on his hot lap. But we'll let's stay on board with Seeley until he finishes his.
climbing uphill there, trying to maximize as much of the corner and speed he can without exceeding. Gets a 105.5 on that sector. Definitely, I think we've seen faster in that sector, but definitely it's a good starting zone.
Being a good banker is always important, and then you get a chance to go out again. So, 127.0, that's very good. Probably not good enough for first, but still very good for him.
That's it. So
And Dubby is coming up on the third sector. He did do the fastest second sector.
yes, that was a 105 flat he did.
Yeah, so. And 126.57. So that's going to be good and very hard to beat. He has my vote for the for the pole position today. But I guess we'll see what the what the Mercedes crew has to say about that. Jesse's coming up with his
Well, and Jesse's at a
104.6. That's very impressive.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I was agreeing. He's commanding this track right now for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Crosses the line. Look,
125.9. Wow.
he,
Well,
that's if that's not a statement for the other drivers, I don't know what is. Definitely, he's putting it all out there. Now, can the other drivers counter? Be interested to see. Danny Boy's still in the pit. Hopefully, he can reconnect with us, and I'll be very interested to see what Danny Boy can put down as a counter time for Mercedes here.
Sebo right now is on his hot lap. And just coming up to the end of Sector 2.
You gotta love the Aston Martin's new car with the new upgrades. They've upgraded a lot of the cars, and definitely Aston Martin's upgrade looks just as good for the realistic of the car. It's definitely I like the new look for it.
And Sebo is going to be crossing the line. I'm not sure he'll be really happy with this lap.
No, but like you said, it's a good banker's lap.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see how things go. But
And Danny Boy has rejoined. He's in his out lap.
fantastic.
And Divi Shift has just started out his hot lap. Very good corner there. Getting a lot of speed into the next corner. I think he did the fastest first sector, so very nice for him.
He's definitely on pace to get provisional pole. Excellent exiting on that corner.
Interesting. He stayed into third gear to have some stability. So that's interesting. The 104.3, the fastest first sector and second sector.
Oh,
so
what a shame, though. He just overextended himself.
Poor him. That's tough.
Outer limits, and he must be slamming that steering wheel a little bit. Now, is he going to be able to have enough time to recoup? No, he's just going.
He'll have enough time, but I think he's going to get a new set of tires. So
yeah, he's just going to bail and refocus in the pits and get his thoughts together. So unfortunately, he didn't get a nice banker's lap.
The importance of getting a banker lap in, we'll see where he ends up. But now he has to do his next lap. He's got to get it right. Another invalidation, and he'll end up in last place. So. And both Jesse and Dubby are starting their second and probably final hot lap. We'll see if they can improve. Dubby's about like 0.6 away right now, so he has a lot of room to improve.
That's it. Looks like Danny Boy's going back into the pits. He was out, but he overextended himself, and I think he's just going in for a new set of tires again. Mm-hmm. So let's ride on to the Ferraris, see if he can actually get this provisional pole.
Very nice first set of corners. That will give him a lot of momentum into the straight. Nice and wide on the fourth corner. Maybe a little bit of oversteer, but I think he's okay. Fastest first sector, so very good for him. We'll see if we can continue that on the second sector.
laying down the accelerator, perfect. Keeps it going. Using all of the track there. Missed the apex slightly
Missed the
there.
apex a little bit. Yeah, that's going to cost him. That's going to cost him. We'll see where he ends up, but that's going to probably cost him a few tenths. So, but he's still the fastest.
He picked up some speed on that. I think it's because of the hairpin turn. He nailed that excellent. Can he nail this apex and get it down? Picked up a little bit of the curb, extending himself. A slight improvement.
Slight improvement, but about like 1/10 or so still.
Yep, just on the hair. So
Yeah,
he knows he
his
can do
last
it.
sector cost him.
Yeah.
And I think he's continuing for another hot lap. He doesn't have a choice now.
No, he has to keep going. He's got the
And
temperatures in the tires
yeah.
right now, and use it.
While we're talking, Jesse just did the fastest first and second sector, and he's about to come up to the finish line. And he improves.
He's improved it a little bit more. So getting that. Unfortunately, W is out. Unless he can circumcise. It depends on what he wants to do. He has to run around. So he extended himself on that one. We got Sabu coming in.
Yeah, and Devi, who's yet to set a time,
Both Devi.
he's
Yeah.
on his hot lap. On his hot lap right now.
He got the Aston Martin right behind him. So both of them. There we go. He's got 104.1, fastest sector there.
Very nice, yeah.
And he managed to hold that corner without exceeding limits this time.
And there he is coming on the last straight, and puts it in 125.6. So there you go. So even though he didn't put a banker, he produced when it was under pressure and he's a
That's it.
professional pole. Jesse will not beat him. Jesse's slowing down. Seeley is on his hot lap.
I think the only one we have left out there is Danny Boy. Danny Boy hasn't put a time in.
Selly is currently on his hot lap also. And
Well, there's the end of the third sector. So we're just waiting for the final people to cross the line. Obviously, Regent and Shift has retired from the session, so they're happy with their times. Shift has provisional pole, but let's see. I think he's pretty confident in having that.
Unless a miracle happens, I think that it's going to be Mercedes 1-2 and Ferrari in third place.
And
Danny Boy is still with a good lap. I think he was a little tentative, which you understand because he didn't want to invalidate, but it was still a good lap.
I think so. So he puts himself right beside the Ferrari on the grid. So there we have Mercedes on the first row, Ferrari, Alpine on the second row, Haas and Aston Martin on the third, and bringing in behind is Haas Regent. So there we have it, everybody. That's our race right there. So we're all set and ready to go for our next race. This is going to be a very interesting race, I think, right now. So hopefully we can have some good, solid entertainment here. It's very competitive. Hopefully the Ferrari can get themselves on the first corner and get right in between Mercedes, and let's see if we can do they can do some damage to them. That'd be interesting on the points.
Yeah, well, they'll be able to play, I guess, a team game, and But W is starting on fresher mediums, so that's going to maybe throw a wrench into Mercedes' plans. We will. I guess we'll have to see how it all starts.
Well, that's true. We're gonna have to see how it goes and how things progress. The teams have done their final tune-ups and calculations on what they're going to do. It'd be interesting to see what the tire strategy now is going to be. Majority of the grid has opted to start. Half the grid decided to start on mediums, and so is that going to play a large effect on the overcut undercut strategy for this? Who knows? Looks like the session's getting ready to start shortly here. And lights are out. This is a formation lap for everybody.
Yes, there is a formation lap. Yes. Okay. Good. Okay.
No, definitely we're not starting our race. We don't want that. We're just trying to warm up our tires here. Everyone's supposed to go together. It looks like Haas is dropping back a little bit. It looks like a little bit of spin out there from Danny Boy, but Danny Boy is recovered. So hopefully it'll be a good, clean race. I can't see why not. This is definitely going to be a great race here. These are skilled drivers. Well, fans, let's throw it out to the fans on predictions here, Wrath. We've said our prediction. Fans out there who watching the stream, what's your prediction? Who you think is going to take the podium today for this race? We'll watch and see how they chat and see who comes out. Let's do a poll and see what happens. Danny Boy for podium. I'm with you. I hope so. But I'm rooting for the Ferrari.
I think that W's strategy to not use up his tires during Q2, I think it will pay dividends. If he can stay behind the Mercedes very close before the first pit window and not get damage, I think he has a really good chance.
Yeah, that is a very good point. I mean, that's an excellent observation. I like that, and it's out of the box thinking by a lot of other drivers, and it'd be interesting to see how that's gonna affect everyone else. So, kudos to him to think out of the box like that. So, maybe it'll pay off for him. Who knows? Everyone's lined up to the grid right now. Got their final checks in order. Medium tires on the first and second row.
There you go, 1, 2.
Revving up the engines. Lights out. Here we go. Streaming down to the first sector. You got Aston Martin coming out and poking his nose outside. Can he get around Danny Boy? Gets around Danny Boy. Holds it straight. Oh, Danny Boy comes.
It was a clean first corner. I don't think anybody got any damage. I think everybody's a little tentative, but overall very clean.
That's it. W's trying to hold the corner there, a little bit out of the slipstream, but trying to get back into the race. Mercedes definitely coming out ahead on this. Jesse's actually starting to get a little bit of space between him and his teammate, pulling away.
So Seb was on soft tires, so we'll see how much faster he is than the medium runners.
That's it. Danny Boy lost a few positions there, so
it is a long race. And Danny Boy's on mediums too, so it's not too bad. As long as he can stay into the DRS range of the soft runners, I think he'll be fine. very nice first lap. Not too much happened, which I guess it's not a great thing for us, but good thing for the drivers.
Well, definitely nice and clean. You know, we don't
Correct. Yeah.
we hate to see safety cars being introduced in the first couple of corners, but definitely it's a nice clean corner.
Everybody's staying nice and close. Although Dubby just is like 1 second. He has a no longer in the DRS of DV. So
No,
um,
he'll need to pick it up on this. Normally, the DRS zone will start on the third lap. So if he wants to take advantage of that, definitely has to kind of late break himself and go down the road and try to get caught back up the shift.
and use his ERS to his advantage to make sure that 'cause he's 1.4 seconds away from the pace now. Oh, actually, on the screen, it's the interval to the leader, not the interval to the next person. So I guess I was wrong. He is still in the DRS range.
Yes, I saw that and I apologize. I just corrected it myself too. So we definitely are in ERS zones here. This is our coming up to our third lap, and they typically engage it on after the third lap. Jesse pulls out again, gets a little faster.
But interesting. So Sebo did drop out of the DRS range. So he's going to slow down everybody behind him. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody, if Sealy Regent will pass Sebo.
Well, Region is knocking on his door right now, so it'll be interesting to see how he's going to negotiate. Will he try to pass him after the hairpin turn? He's peeking his nose around the corner a little bit.
And Danny Boy just passed Regent, so yeah. And there's Silly really on the gearbox of Sebo.
That's it. There's his DRS has opened up. Will this help him on the back straight?
He may wait till the main straight where he's got more of a chance, more runway.
That's it. He's playing the long game. Definitely, they're both on soft tires, so they know this is the lap they actually have to put down on their fastest. This is the best lap for their cars, and their tires start to degrade after that. So they know what they're up against right here. It's DRS is open, slingshotting. Right in this slipstream, pops his nose out, gets right into the corner.
There you go. The pass is done. Yeah.
Oh, but he can't hold it. Oh, what a shame! Second opportunity, but didn't get the DRS.
I think he gets a better exit.
Sabo got the DRS on that one just because of his positioning of it. What a shame! A little bit of a slip there, but he recovered it. Definitely, the butt came out there. Lost a little bit of time, but still in the charge. I think he has enough to fight that another time, so might be seeing some more.
Fortunately, they are losing times to the leaders, but still good fight and no damage. So it's always fun to see a good fight like that.
That's true. It's always good to see. He's closing in on it. Got the DRS open, but again, I think he's waiting to tack exactly the same spot. And here we go. Final corners, cutting the corner, try to get maximize the speed as much as he can. DRS is open. Will he have enough battery charge? He's climbing.
He is going for it. He's going for it. and
Sabo,
can never get to the inside of Sebo. Sebo was doing a great job of protecting.
definitely.
And again, Sebo has the DRS on the second DRS zone.
That's it. Definitely. He's holding. Sabo is doing an excellent job of defending his position, and he keeps this up. He's going to use up. There's going to be a lot of battery power used up, so they're going to have to start thinking in the long game here. You only get a couple of times to charge at someone. So
While we were watching that, Dubby fell out of the DRS zone of the D2 Mercedes, so that's going to really affect his plans. We'll see how that plays out.
that's it. So now W has to just get himself refocused, put his butt in the seat, and just keep consistent track time. You know, hopefully Mercedes can make a little bit of a mistake, and he can capitalize on that. And who knows when it comes to the pit stop, we may see something change right there. This is a track that's that you can definitely undercut easily.
For sure, yeah. Your soft tires for the first 3-4 laps are much faster than the mediums. So, and there's Seeley again going for the pass.
Oh, and
I think this time he did it. I think this time
he picks up the inside, cuts it off a little bit, but he had a lot of room, and he puts a wheel-to-wheel race. Look at this. Sabo does not want to let go. He's got the DRS, and he's taken back the position again. Wheel on wheel, but oh my god, this is an awesome race. Look at it, side by side through this corner, rare to see.
Oh, and Sebo's going to have the inside line.
Awesome
and,
race, awesome driving skills, guys.
And Danny Boy's just waiting in the background, just ready to pounce if anybody does a mistake. So
well, definitely, you can see Danny Boy just waiting for anyone to wipe out or to touch each other. He said, "Go ahead, guys, touch, and I'll capitalize on you guys."
And he's got medium tires, so he's going to be able to save his tires and go longer than both Sebo and Seeley, who are using up their tires like crazy right now, fighting.
That's it. Here comes the final straight, coming down the back end of the track. A lot of good racing on the sixth final lap here.
Will Seeley try it again? I don't think so. Not this time.
No. How much time? How many times? Just doesn't get it. He's on wheel there.
Yeah. I think he wanted the DRS for the second DRS zone, but he didn't get a very good exit, so he may not be able to do much about it. Yeah, he didn't get a very good exit out of corner 3.
No, he's just poking his nose on that.
Well, we're saying that the Mercedes seem to be running away with this race. It's only seven laps, but they're working well together, and not to jinx anybody, but it almost looks like they're gonna have the choice of who wins and who loses and who's first and second in this race.
Oh, Danny Boy looks like he's making a move on. He is making a move on the Haas. Oh, touches the wheel a little bit, but makes it around that corner. Danny Boy passes.
His tires are probably in much better shape than the soft runners right now.
Well, unfortunately, I saw Harvey didn't get a good exit and lost a little bit of traction on a hairpin turn before this DRS zone, and Danny Boy took full advantage of that. And now Danny Boy is right behind Sabo with his DRS open. And he's making a move. And he capitalizes that move
He should be able to make this stick, yes. Correct, yeah.
Sabo
is not giving up.
He does a little bit of nudge and tugs and puts
Danny Boy...
Yeah, they put Danny Boy back, and Haas is actually, Region is trying to capitalize on Danny Boy's misfortune. But I think Danny Boy has held the position. Oh no, Danny Boy did fall back.
No, Danny Boy did fall back. he may have had some damage there. He seems to be struggling in last place now.
I don't know. I'm looking at his end plates. He seems to be intact, but the
Correct,
graphics
yeah.
don't. Yeah, perhaps he does have a little bit of an undercarriage problem. Who knows? So we have to keep an eye on him. But definitely good for Sabo to defend late break on that first sector there to get back into his position. But a little bit of a touch. It was a gamble. So we'll have to see if there was and take a look at the replay on that after the game.
And Danny Boy takes back his positions from Regent. Regent's tires are now probably after 7 laps, it's just starting to get pretty used up.
So we're just checking in on the Ferrari. W is way on his own, just kind of floating around. So this is good. Get good clean air, and he's well into his position there. But he definitely wants to keep the focus. This is where sometimes you can lose your focus on repetition, and you just want to keep on top of it. Try to chase down the leaders, obviously the Mercedes team, and try to keep on top of this.
If I had to guess right now, he's probably just saving his tires, hopefully to be able to go two to three more laps longer than the Mercedes, and hopefully be much faster in the closing laps of this race.
Definitely, yes.
We'll have to see. So,
unfortunately,
while we were gone, it seems that Selly just pitted for hard tires.
Hard
apparently.
tires, exactly. I was just about to comment on that. We're on board with our Sealy right now, and we're looking at he stopped for hard. Now, I'm not sure if he ended up getting a little bit of damage or something and did a pit stop, changed his wing. So this is an interesting thing. I think that's what happened, and he had no choice but to go with a hard compound. You know, it's interesting choice here, but will this make an impact? And Region, his teammate, just spun out just at the beginning of the third sector. Not sure what happened there with Danny Boy and Region, but he's picking it back up and see what happens if he got some damage. Hopefully he hasn't gotten any damage. He doesn't have to go into the pits. But he did cut that corner a little hard, so who knows? He's heading to the pits right now.
After 8 laps, his softs I'm sure they're pretty much done by now.
That's it.
And
Sabo is still holding it on the soft, so.
But you can see that Danny Boy is really catching up to him very, very fast. He has so much more traction out of the corners compared to Sabo right now.
Yep. Well, definitely. So there was no damage on Region. So Region's coming out of the pits. He's still going to come behind his teammates. So we're interested to see. They're going to be almost right on top of each other. Region definitely has the advantage with the medium tires. And there was team orders. Oh! I think Region. Oh, what a turn on his driver's race.
Sealy just wiped out.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sealy. You can see the frustration in his eyes right now in that driver's helmet. Definitely cursing. He was very contention on there for the 4th spot. Unfortunately, it's slipping past his hands, and he needs to just put his head down and try to finish this race with the good points.
We're talking Danny Boy is right on the gearbox of Sebo. I'm not sure if Sebo's going to pit or not. Sebo was in the pits.
There.
So now we'll see if...
an interesting turn here. Ferrari is in 2nd position. I'm not sure what happened to Shift here. But Shift
we should be paying more attention, I guess.
A lot of action going all over the place here, guys. It's just unbelievable. So now Mercedes has lost the 1-2 and now running 1-3. And Ferrari, like I said, put their heads down to the ground and consistently was right there to capitalize on any kind of mistakes.
And now we'll get to see if W's tire strategy is going to pay off compared to to the Mercedes drivers. Where Divi's, I'm assuming he made a mistake, and
Well, what's interesting is Sabo came into pits and came out with a pair of hards. So he's matching the Haas for hards. So
a
interesting.
set of mediums for 19 laps is
It's a little
you know,
hard.
it's possible on this track, but they're going to be really worn. So Regent at the end of this race, I think is going to be really he's going to struggle.
I think so, but I think because of being stretched out there and so much, I think he needs to get his time in there, and he's able to hold it. I don't think we're going to have as much aggression as we would with a full grid. So there is a little bit of thought into that. And Jesse is hunting down, Dabi is hunting down Jesse. He is nickeling down his time a little bit here and there, and he loses it sometimes, and then gains it others. But be interesting strategy.
I think he made a mistake there in one of the corners there, and that cost him about 3 to 4 tenths.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering. Did I jinx him? Unfortunately, but
the pressure that I'm sure that everybody listening will know that the pressure that we all feel when somebody's like chasing us down, or we're trying to chase some other drivers. Sometimes it's so easy to make a silly mistake and just lose 4 or 5 tenths for no good reason.
Well, that's it, and it opens the door to Shift to try to get in that DRS zone for him and try to recapture.
Oh, Shift is pitting. So
Shift is
Divi's
pitting. So this is a little early to pit for Parasoft, so it'll be interesting to see.
He's going on hards actually.
Yep.
So medium to hard strategy. So 13 laps. Do you think that the softs that the mediums can last? We'll see how Jesse reacts to that. My prediction is that we'll probably see W go to like 1 or 2 more laps than Jesse, but as I've been saying,
well, he is drifting off the times a little bit, so I'm wondering if he's thinking he's losing speed on there. Danny Boy has been losing a little bit of speed behind W too.
Devi came out behind Danny Boy. So we'll get to see.
Jesse's holding his pace well. He's still holding it. He on this lap right now. So his last sector is still within his green zone. Oh, he's going into pits now. Wonder, there we go. We're going to have a leader change here. But will Ferrari react to Mercedes pit? And Danny Boy reacts to the same thing. So it looks like everyone...
They're all coming in the pits, yeah.
Yep.
And W stayed out as I've been predicting. We'll see if that pays off. He was a bit slower than Jesse and Devi, so we'll see if these medium tires now are still faster than the hards.
So now Regent's trying to chase down Sabo right now, which has new hards on, and there's only a 1 lap difference between the tires. So we'll have to see how that works out with the two.
Mm.
And there is a nice little battle going to be brewing up here with Sabo and Danny Boy. Be interesting. Danny Boy came out right in front of Sabo, so with the hard tires, it takes a couple of laps for him to get those compounds up to temperature.
And it looks like
Sabo already has a couple of laps on those hard tires, so he's all primed. Sorry about that, Roth.
I was about to say that Jesse is gaining slightly on W, so on the hard tires. Um, so looks like W will have to react and go on hards too. Most likely, his strategy probably is not going to work out as much as he wanted.
It's interesting. You say that he stays out again, but he's like a plus 1.1 slower on his sectors.
Uh-huh.
So
Maybe he'll try to get on softs. Maybe he's going to try a medium to soft strategy and be softs compared to hards are probably about like a second or more faster per lap.
well, definitely he's going to have to hold out for at least another 3 to 4 more laps on these mediums before he can even consider doing the softs. But will that help him? There's a huge gap between second and fourth, so perhaps he is poised really well to come out right in that zone and re-attack the Mercedes with the pair of softs where they're on
Yeah,
bars.
we'll see where his strategy is. It'd be interesting for us if he does do that.
Well, definitely he's coming in, coming across the line. Let's see what kind of times he gets across this line. Again, he's losing.
He's not going into the pits, but
no.
he's losing about a second per lap right now. So.
And it looks like Sabo has not been able to capitalize with Danny Boy. Danny Boy has been pulling away from Sabo, slowly but surely. So definitely moving a lot quicker. And he's trying to get in. Perhaps he knows that W has to come in, and he's trying to get himself close enough so that he can attack W. But if he goes on softs, he won't have much of a chance.
No, but there is a long ways. W will have to do a good 4 more laps to on his mediums, and it's going to be challenging for him, and he's going to lose more and more time. But
That's it. And we're watching Region here. We're watching his times to see how his pace is, and hopefully, is he going to be able to capitalize and catch up to Sabo? Who knows? But we're trying to watch his pace. He is falling a bit behind. He did a couple of errors there. Definitely.
And W is coming into the pits. So what kind of tires will he put on?
That'd be an interesting thing. Let's ride with them, go through the pits with them, and watch. You'll hear Mercedes coming in with pair of softs. There it is.
There it is. Yeah.
And we're gonna watch.
But he's gonna have to do 12 laps on the softs, which is he's gonna struggle a lot at the end. But I think if he has a chance of winning this race, that's his best chance right now.
That's it, and it's going to be challenging. Shift just put down the fastest sector time of the track, so he has the DHL's fastest time right now. But Debbie is right on his doorstep, ready to pounce. This will be interesting. First couple of corners, he's just got to get the feel of the tires, get them up to prime temperature, and he's going to get right into the DRS zone and capitalize on this. Danny Boy ended up getting a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings for extending this. So that's going to make a huge difference with fourth place and fifth.
We'll see if Sebo starts to push a little bit more and try to get into the 3-second range. He's got 12 laps to do that, so
he's got the time to do it. Can he put it down? That's the question. And Debbie is actually really pushing hard. Now he's got the fastest second sector, and he's gaining down to the DRS zone in front just in time. Can he hold it onto this corner? It's right on the cusp. And he crosses the sensor line. He does able to get it, and he opens up his DRS.
I could get DRS, which is pretty impressive.
And Shift does
Well,
another fastest lap. He knows he's using up all his energy right now.
but Dubby won't have much issues passing him on this corner.
No, there he
He's gonna
goes.
have so much more traction. But that's okay though. Shift will.
Side by
They're
side
they're
action.
fighting actually, but well, Dubby just has to be a little bit patient here.
Going up the hill, trying to get around.
And he's gonna do the switchback. There you go. And with the DRS. There we go. He did the switchback in DRS. I think the pass is done right now.
That's it. There's a little bit of graphical. I saw him ghost a bit, a little bit of a lag going on, but perhaps my stream was a little different. Didn't see his DRS open up, but he got the pass done, and he's got past. So definitely now he has his eyes set for the next
For Jesse.
car. Yeah.
He's 4 seconds off of Jesse right now. So
will he get the
it's
fast?
no, because he was fighting with Divi. So
That's it.
now Divi still has the DRS. So that's the fight is not over.
The fight is not over. No. But definitely he got a good extension there on that one. Pulled away. I don't know if he got it the second DRS, but he only was able to roll him in back in an extra 0.2 of a second.
Now W is getting about a second right now each lap on Jesse. So it's all going to come down to the final laps if W's tires are going to be good enough, and because both Mercedes hard tires are going to be very fast in the closing laps, but W's going to be very slow. So if W can pass Jesse in the next 2 laps, he'll need to extend his lead by a few seconds and then hope for the best.
That's it. And as we were talking, Sabo is closing that gap with Danny Boy. So definitely Danny Boy is right in the striking zone. So we don't know what's going on here. So we could see a change here. There is a good little race going on in that place. But this is very exciting to see how Ferrari is capitalizing. Fastest time, DHL fastest time, 1:28.
You have a new sponsor, DHL, or?
Yeah, we have a sponsor, of course. How do you think Maverick pays for his wheel? Still waiting for my for the new wheel coming from Fantech. It should be delivered in November, but that's what we have to deal with here in Canada. Luckily, all the boys who live in Europe and they get their stuff before North America.
They certainly do.
It almost looks. FHB is asking if it's raining. It almost does look like it's raining, but no, it's not raining. I'm not sure why. This is twice I've done a feed, and the track looked like it's raining. Dubai's track always looks like it's raining with my feed for some reason, but when I go to another track, it's perfectly fine. But we're nice.
I don't think I've ever seen it rain in Dubai, right? It is a desert after all, so I know in real life they have a lot of issues with sandstorms and how that affects the races and so on. But rain, I've never seen.
No, I don't think they even know what that is. I mean,
yeah.
Everyone goes around. You think they're angry all the time. The people in that country, you think they're angry because their face is all smooshy and everything else. It's just, they're not angry. They're just hot, very hot. And that give me air conditioning. I'd be happy, happy, happy. But they're hot, and that's why they all look angry. So they don't know what rain is.
And Silly got a penalty for extended the track limits. It looks like Regent pitted a second time to go on to softs. He's going to try and chase down Sebo, but I think it's going to be hard to.
I think that's it. So he could be aiming for the fastest time, just to try to get his extra point. He has no other choice to do. The other drivers may counter with that. There's still a lot of time, so. Oh! Oh, Sealy just crashed in the wall and DNF'd. What a shame.
What a shame.
Oh,
Our
that's
first DNF of the race. So.
that's it. You know, it just missed it. He ran into the wall. Oh, what a poor shame for him.
Mm. And you can already see that although W is still getting up on Jesse, it is not nearly as much as it was in the first couple of laps. The soft tires are already starting to wear, and he has another 8 laps to do on them.
That's it. You know, he's just not even. He's trying to get into that DRS zone right now. He just can't get it in there, but I think he's holding it. He's trying to hold his own. Does he have enough battery storage to keep pushing? He's maximizing as much of the track as he can. But Jesse knew he was coming, and he was saying, "I'm gonna probably hold all his energy, wait till he attacks, so he has a full battery bank, and nurse those tires so that he knows that when it comes to the end of the time, he can hold them back and defend."
That's exactly what Jesse's doing. Is Jesse's ERS is at about 80%, and W's is about 20%.
He just needs the ERS assist to get out of those corners and keep the pace going. He's already shown his pace is very strong. He's on track, equaling out his pace, green zone every track, and that's very hard to do with the Paris hards on every turn.
The first time now W has DRS in the main straight, but not nearly fast enough yet. We'll see if he gets a better exit out of these 3 corners, and if he has a chance to attack, but does not look like it.
W may say this is the time to sit back. He got his got him on his crosshairs. I think he's going to hold back and keep in this sector, try to store up some more energy, and wait for the third or second last lap, and then attack on that. So he's trying to get into Jesse's head right now to try to psych him out a little bit, I think.
That's a good point. Well, we'll see if that's the case.
That's it. We still
you could be right, because there's no he's not pushing Jesse at all right now, even though he probably could. So you're probably right.
Well, it looks like Sealy has left the session. He doesn't want to help his teammate engineer. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, he had a bad turn. To come and to be holding around 4th, having some challenge. Oh, here comes Debbie coming around.
Oh, Debbie's there. Yep.
Oh, he makes the pass. Takes the pole position.
Takes the lead. Yep.
Can he hold
now,
it?
Can he pull away now? I think that's the key now. Can he pull away for? I think it's going to be very, very challenging for him to pull away, but.
Jesse's all over his exhaust pipe, just pounding on him, trying to say, "I want that back." Both are very skilled drivers, executing those corners flawlessly. Maximizing maximize, hit a curb a little bit. That's going to hurt him, but again, Shift actually did a little bit of a skirt on that too, so he lost a little bit of time on that.
Yeah, with the dirty air, it's very easy to get a little bit too much oversteer, and
the more I talk about this to the drivers, I think the more they actually mess up. So I think I might be the jinx to them, but they are both definitely pulling out a good race here. Both want to be.
They're making it exciting for us. Something to talk about with only a few drivers. So, um, but if I was Jesse right now, I'd probably just hang tight, not try to do anything too stupid. Let Dubby waste his tires, and
Here he comes in for another attack on the outside. W takes the
yeah,
inside, but
yeah, that was not a very strong attack. I think that he just let him go there.
I think so. We were inside his cockpit and we took a look. I don't think he was even using the ERS there on that corner. He used a little bit of it. But
and while we're saying this, Devi is in the pits. He just put on softs. I guess he thought that he was not going to be able to get second place. So I'm assuming he's going to be trying for the fastest lap now.
Take that point away from W and try to gain as much points for the Mercedes team as possible to try to keep the Ferrari team at bay. That's a good strategy. Yeah, I was noticing that his time was starting to dwindle down, 7 seconds behind his teammate. So definitely he was losing a little bit of time there. But he was still able to hold his position comfortably even with the pit stop.
Jesse's still holding on. He's still on the gearbox of W. So
that's it. It's coming down to the corner here, and we'll see.
We'll see if he plays the patience game or if he tries to pass.
Here comes Jesse knocking on the exhaust door. Will he make the pass? He makes the pass and reclaims it. Oh, Ferrari goes around. Jesse goes in deep. Okay, no. I think he missed his apex there, the Ferrari Debbie. The way I was seeing it. But he was able to recover, keep in there. His tires are definitely showing some wear here.
They must be screaming, yes.
And it looks like Shift is starting his hot lap. We'll see how he does on his first sector. Try to steal that point away from Ferrari. Doesn't manage to get the fastest first sector yet, but Ferrari's still banging on Jesse's back door. Hopefully to recover. Still got a couple more laps to get. So the race isn't over yet, and that's what Ferrari's saying. Keep on top of him. Keep showing the pressure. Jesse is showing the strength. He does have the pace, but and Shift does get the fastest sector. Yeah. So he does show like he's going to actually probably pull this off on stealing the point from Ferrari.
He's got 3 more laps to try it anyway, so I think if he doesn't do it now, he'll do it on the next laps.
Well, he does it with a 127.8. Steals that point away. From our sponsor, DHL. So I think we pretty much have our race all the way up to 3rd place, from 6th to 3rd. So it definitely looks like Haas is going to take some points for 6th place. Unfortunately, they couldn't maximize their points with Seeley DNFing. That's our first and only DNF in the race. That's a shame. And then we got Aston Martin taking 5th place, and Danny Boy is holding strong on 4th. So I don't think there's going to be much movement unless there's a driver.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, I think you're right. Or W pulls something magical out of his hat. But Jesse is pulling away, and
yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's struggling. He got the DRS zone there, but he just was on the edge of the sensor. A little bit of a slip there. His tires are starting to show a little bit of wear. Opens it up again. He was right on the cusp on that one. Even coming out, there we go. We're over a second coming out of that corner, going into the chicane corners.
Well, overall, it was a good race.
I
So
think
it's
so.
not finished yet, but W gave us a good entertaining race to watch. And at the beginning, we got Sebo and Regent and Danny Boy fighting for fourth, fifth, and sixth, and um,
Definitely. You know, W was able to gain 1 point, 1 position. Chubby looks like he dropped 2 position, and Danny Boy was able to hold his position from the grid, and everyone else seems to be jostled with it. So, you know, I for driver of the day, I mean, as performance-wise, strategy-wise, I almost want to give it to Davi for driver of the day on the vote there. I think
yeah,
he
he has my vote. It'd be interesting to see what the others think, but he definitely has my vote as far as coming up with a different strategy, thinking out of the box, and almost pulling it off. Right?
Well, that's it. He had it from top to bottom, from Q3, Q2, knowing not to wear out his tires in the mediums, taking good care of that, and extending himself. He definitely was thinking ahead on that. So, you know, definitely he had his head on the game or on the race itself, knowing where he wanted to finish. It just unfortunately he was holding first place for a couple of laps during the pit, and even passing Ferrari aggressively on these softs. But it just Mercedes is a very strong team, and they saw a little bit of work in front of them. They were able to pull it off, but definitely Ferrari showed that they can actually go toe to toe with Mercedes for sure.
Definitely. So we're on the last lap. Looks like Jesse will be like 4 seconds ahead, no problem. Um, Still a strong showing for Mercedes, 1-3.
That's it.
Nothing to complain about. We didn't see it. I think Devi got he spun out or made a mistake, which gave Devi second place. But nevertheless, good job on everybody.
I think so too. So definitely, David's coming in for his final. Does he? Oh, is he? Why is he going to the pit? Well, interesting way of finishing the race in the pit.
Makes me think of you.
That was one race, and I just was a little frustrated on that run, but so be it. He drives right through the pit lane and comes out the other side. And Danny Boy crosses the line. Does he do a little dab? No, but he still loves his team and loves his fans. Finishes a solid fourth. He had a hard time. He kept on top of it. Back of the grid. He started in fourth place, spun out, back of the grid, and he made his way back through the grid to finish off. Sabu did a great job finishing off the lap. He should be proud of those points he brings to the team. And there we go, folks. That's our race of the day. Now, I don't know if we have time to do a little bit of an interview. We'll have to see if anyone comes. Our final drivers. Look at that, a little showboat from Mercedes with the cape. Interesting. And there we go. Ferrari in the lead. There's Ferrari, nice color red. Knew they would make the podium. Congratulations to the drivers. And there we go. We got with the 1 point that Mercedes did, the winner. All is good. Great race, everyone. let's see if we can find some people who are willing to do some interviews. I don't know if the Mercedes teams and Ferrari will be interested in doing an interview. We'll have to wait to see. In the meantime, there, what do you think of the show there?
Welcome to the Course of Racing League
This
Round
is your
5.
first
Today's
show
track is the Bahrain
commentating on
International
the show
Circuit.
here, and how do you take it? Is it something you did really well? I was impressed.
Sure. First time doing it. I don't know. I guess maybe the people watching online can let us know how we did. I guess it's easier because me and you talk pretty often, Maverick. So we just we just are just talking to each other in some ways. But yeah, it was enjoyable. Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure definitely having you
boys.
alongside. And I look forward to possibly doing more with you down the road. But this was an awesome race. It was very exciting from start to finish. All in all, entertaining, better than some other races we definitely had. And thank you very much. And now I'm not sure that anyone's going to be joining us for any kind of interview, so I think that will be conclusive of the race. Anything you want to add there, Roth, at the end?
No, I think we're good. I think we said it. W gave us an interesting race, and Mercedes had the pace today. But I guess a small error by one of their drivers, caused probably a 1-2 finish. But overall, very entertaining race, and congratulate everybody who finished the race.
Yes, a special thank to all the drivers that actually showed up, and hopefully the next race will be a little more exciting with more drivers, and hopefully the COVID testing will be just as strong as last time, but we'll need the drivers to take care and show up next time. So good to the drivers that did show up today. Thank you very much. And on that note, everyone, we'd like to thank all the spectators that joined us today, and we hope to see you in the next race next Saturday. Next race Saturday. Do you recall what's our next race for next Saturday?
Let me double check here. Actually, I've been
Baku.
concentrating on. Oh yeah, Baku.
Baku. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's an awesome street race. Can't wait. That's going to be a lot of interesting turns going through the castle. Definitely going to be exciting to watch us. So folks, don't forget to tune in next Saturday to watch us, and hopefully we can bring you just as exciting race or better next week. Until then, thank you, Rath, for joining me. Everyone, this is good night.
See ya. Bye-bye.